Hello students, today I am going to discuss chapter 2 sectors of the Indian economy. Here, let us look at these pictures. You will find that people are engaged in various economic activities. Some of these are activities producing goods, some others are producing services. These activities are happening around us every minute, even as we speak. How do we understand these activities? One way of doing this is to group them or classify them using some important criterion. These groups are also called sectors. That means people are engaged in different economic activities producing either goods or services. When we group them on the basis of similar economic activities, it is called sectors. Then three main sectors of economic activities, that is primary sector, secondary sector, and third one is tertiary sector. In this primary sector, goods are produced by exploiting the natural resources. The goods are producing by exploiting the natural resources, by getting resources naturally. Then it is called this primary sector because it forms the base for all other products that we subsequently make. It is the base. Primary sector is the base for all other sectors of the economy. Why? Because it provides different goods to the other sectors. Other sectors, especially the secondary sector or industrial sector, they use this primary sector products, the natural products, as a raw materials for their production purpose. Then using this raw materials in the form of a natural resources that they converted into a finished product in the manufacturing industries. So this primary sector, we call it as the base for all other products. This primary sector we also called as agriculture and related sector. Agricultural and agriculture related sector, because most of the natural products we get are from agriculture, dairy, fishing, forestry, etc. Then, for example, for cotton cultivation, we depend on natural factors like temperature, rainfall, soil, etc. We get raw cotton from the cotton plant. So, it is an agriculture related product. So, this cotton we call it as the primary output or primary product from this agriculture. Second one is secondary sector. In secondary sector, natural products are transformed into other forms through different ways of manufacturing in the industry. We have already discussed in from the primary products or the primary sector, natural resources are used as a raw material for the production process in the secondary sector. This natural products they used as the inputs for transforming that inputs into other forms, and finally we will get an output or final product by using different ways of manufacturing activities in the industry. So this sector we called as secondary sector. For example, cotton fiber, which we get from agriculture, is used or changed into yarn and cloth through different ways of manufacturing in the industries. That means cotton fiber is the primary product of this agricultural activities. This agricultural activities primary product used as the raw material in different industries for manufacturing yarn and cloth. So this is the example of industrial sector that used or transform this raw materials into different forms of final products with the help of the different ways of manufacturing activities. Third one is tertiary sector. It is different from the primary and secondary sectors because in this we do not produce goods, but they are an aid or support for the production process. Actually, this sector not producing any goods just like the industrial sector, manufacturing sectors. It provides support to the primary and secondary sectors in the way of transportation, communication, banking, warehousing. These are the different services or support required for the primary and secondary sectors. So this sector we call it as service sectors. Do you think this classification of economic activities into primary, secondary, and tertiary are useful? Yes. The classification of economic activities into primary, secondary, and tertiary is very useful because of the following reasons. First one, on account of the information it provides, we come to know how and where the people of a country are employed. That means it provides information regarding where all these people, that working population that is engaged in these three sectors of the economical activities, that is in the primary sector or in agricultural and agriculture related, and second one is industrial sector or manufacturing sector, and third one is service sector. So with the help of this classification we can easily know how and where the people of a country are employed. Second point, it helps in ascertaining as to which sector of economic activity contributes more or less to the country's GDP and per capita income. That means the three sectors, that is primary, secondary, and tertiary, the service sector, all these three sectors, that contribution that we call it as GDP. That means the goods and services produced within the domestic territory of a country from all these three sectors, that final or output total we call it as GDP. So with the help of this classification of this economical activities into three sectors, then we can easily understand which sector is contributing more to the country's GDP or growth, and then which sector is providing the more per capita income. That means the total income of the country divided by total population, that is per capita income. Which sector is providing more employment opportunities to the economy, that also we can find out with the help of this classification of economical activities. Students, I hope you understood this topic. I will come with more videos related with this. Until then, bye.